And we are live. So, welcome everyone. We're doing a live stream today. I did want to talk about a few things that I've had on my mind. And I think I really just needed to go live today. I need to go live today. And I'm still currently scheduled to go live Friday. And we'll talk about that. We'll talk about a few different things today. And we'll probably actually hold on a second. Give me a second. Because this is an open discussion, so you can join in link in the description. So this is gonna be just kind of in a little chat. We're just going to talk about a few things that I wanted to talk about, and we'll probably spend some time working on a project that I've been working on. I don't know if I said it yet. Let me actually just start with that. Let me kind of cover that. Head to YouTube. What did Christians do before the Bible? Save that to watch later. Let's see. So we got view my channel. If I go to posts. All right, let's see. Actually, before anything, I think I gotta hold on. Let me make sure that I did these playlists correctly. Okay, because I gotta save my playlists. I always like to, I always like to save my videos to specific playlists. So let me just do that. Yeah, entering comments and open discussion. And let me save this one, which we're going to talk about my debate reviews. Talk about that. And all right, so in my most recent community post, if I go to it, it seems like people saw it, so that's good. There, that's the whole thing. Oh, okay, that's weird. I am so lost right now. I don't think that's all I wrote. Hang on a second. Give me a second. I'm like really confused right now. I'll take this out of the charger for a second. I might have to read the community post here. Let me double check. I feel like I'm going crazy. I don't know. I feel like there was more to this comment. Oh no, that's the whole post. If I hit edit, yeah, that's it. Okay. All right, just double checking. Make sure YouTube is not bugged. All right. And we'll talk about YouTube and not YouTube. We'll talk about these things. So, what did I wanted to start with? I'm going to share my screen so we can kind of just see what's going on. Okay. So I made this. This is my most recent community post, and I kind of talked about. Actually, let me promote this stream right now, really quick, through community posts. I'm sorry, I'm like figuring out different things right now, but in that community post, I essentially talked about a few different things, and one of them was a project I'm working on. I don't know if I fixed it yet. So let me just create this post live. So, if I go back, sorry, I wanted to make that really quick. Oh, I think that's just my mom left. Okay, anyway, so where is it? Let me make this, find this. No, it's down here. Hold on. Okay, this. So I said here in this other community post, I'm working on a really huge project with 900 people in response to Dan McClellan in the midst of all this, amongst other things. So I'm doing like a few things right now, and one of them is that. So we might do that a little bit later in the stream, just kind of work on that. I can't show it on my screen because I don't want to kind of spoil what we've done. But I will be kind of reading. I'll try to be careful what I do. I don't want to like do too much with it, but I'll just kind of like read it and work on it. I might summarize an argument, not necessarily quote it. But yeah, because I got to work on some stuff there. I have like specific responsibilities regarding that. And I might also work on the Corey Mahler and James White debate review, which, speaking of which, if you see this right here, This is a live stream scheduled for Friday, this Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hold on, let me edit the description. That just does not look right. That does not look right at all. I will be back. Like, what the heck? All right, sorry about that. Let me go back. I'm sorry. I had to fix that. So, yeah, live in 41 hours, Friday, Eastern Standard Time, 1 p.m. And we're going to be doing this, right? We're going to do a debate review. I wanted to do this a while ago, but unfortunately wasn't able to because I wanted to do it with BioLover because I'd like to do most of my debate reviews with someone. And I waited for him and we're going to finally do it. So that's good. So we're going to review this train wreck of a debate. You see, there's this face right there, and there's my face. That looks a little, okay. I don't know. It looks a little strange on my screen for some reason. For a second, it did for a second. So we're going to be doing that. So I'm working on that huge project, responding to Dan McClellan, and then what else? So we're doing that live stream. So that's going to be this Friday. And I wanted to talk about kind of the future of my channel. First of all, if you go to link in my description, I just want to mention this. Speaking of BibleLover, he is currently on TikTok as well as YouTube. He's still doing YouTube, but he's also doing TikTok. So there's a link in my description to go follow him on TikTok. But yeah. So yeah, go check that out. And speaking of TikTok, I mentioned in a few community posts about moving to TikTok. I don't know if I want to do this or not because I know there's certain things with YouTube and YouTube having new policies, new AI stuff, and it's kind of crazy. And I don't know if it affects my channel, and it has not yet. I have not seen anything terrible yet. But if something does happen, like if because I'm not giving my ID out. I'm not doing that. I'm sorry. If something happens, I'm moving away from YouTube. Excuse me. It's gonna be as simple as that, right? So I just listen. It's the people have talked about it. Creators have talked about it, right? It feels like it's just a whole scam to just get your information, and I don't want any part of it, right? So if this starts next, by the way, I don't have my hat today. I got a haircut, and to be honest, I just didn't really care, right? I just forget about the hat. I don't need the hat in all my videos and stuff, right? The hats. We'll see about that. You know, you let me know, right? Do you like the hats? Do you want to see my hair? Uh, I don't know, my hairline. So yeah, I just like hats, but anyway, not enough of that. So yeah, YouTube, I just don't know how this is gonna go. I'm just kind of leaving it as a be on the lookout. And I did send my TikTok in a community post, and yeah, I don't think I'm gonna start posting anything yet until I'm confident that I'm gonna continuously use it because at the moment, not really. I don't think I'm really gonna use it. Um, so we'll have to wait for that, right? You're gonna have to wait for that if you want to start seeing me on TikTok. Maybe at the start of 2026 I'll consider it, but right now I really want to focus on YouTube. I'll be doing YouTube Shorts as I've said. In fact, I gotta make one. There was an idea I had. I gotta remember what it was and make it. But yeah. So is there anything else I wanted to talk about other than that? There was that, obviously, the whole YouTube stuff, TikTok. We're doing live Friday. Other than that, excuse me, other than that, not much else. So why don't we work on a few things right now? Let's work on that book. Let me take this out of the charger. I'll charge this a little more later because it's got a decent percentage right now. 56 is not bad. I'll continue charging it after. I want to work on this because I really need to like get it out of the way. Get this out here. Hold on. Another thing is I have actually worked on a few videos. It's like explaining different. Actually, hold on. I just realized made a mistake. Let me go over here. My gaming channel. I forgot to do something there. Oh goodness, I'm sorry. This is like a very lackluster live stream. What the? Okay, get this out of here. So I gotta let me give me a second. I'll recollect my thoughts in a second. I just want to get this out of the way. No, 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 no. Oh, yeah, wait. Uh, hi. There's no real specific topic. It's just kind of a chill stream. I just talked about a few things that are going on with my channel specifically. Um, so yeah, I don't know. It just regarding like YouTube's policies and whether I'm gonna switch to a certain, maybe TikTok and a live stream I'm doing Friday project I'm working on. I gotta get this thing out of the way right now. It's a video I did. Oh shoot. Wait a minute. Hold on. Download. Is this it? Okay, I'll figure this out after. It's just not worth not worth like expending energy on right now. So now what the heck was I what the heck was I gonna do? Oh yeah, that work on the uh no, I have not tried Rumble. I've heard it as an option, and I might consider switching to it if like YouTube is just completely ruined completely. I don't know yet. Like that's just something I'm thinking about because I just want to be ready in case the worst happens. So I don't know if it's gonna like affect either of one of our channels. I hope it doesn't because I've done a lot on YouTube already, and I'm not proud of every single video I have posted, but a lot of it was like I feel like I just put a lot of effort into making this almost like a library, I guess you can say, of different topics. So I mean, if it does ruin my channel, the worst is like okay, back up. Yeah, well, I'm not expecting it to be deleted completely. It's just that um it's just that like I might stop doing it if it just ruins the app. That's the thing. Hello, Leary Roblox 13. Yeah, this is a Christian YouTube channel. We kind of cover Christian apologetics, which is mostly we cover Christian apologetics. Well, I do. I don't have a team, so it's just me. But defending the faith, right? Defending Christianity. But I also will cover just Christianity in general. Like we might do a study of a certain passage. That's just mainly what it is. Um, yeah, that's about it. And I do discussions every now and then. As of late, actually, I did quite a few, like about two a week for the past 2 weeks. So I'm a little bit worn out from that, but you know, got to do what you got to do. In fact, I was actually trying to set up another one. You don't like that? Well, I mean, okay. I don't know how I got it on your recommended, but I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's not. Don't worry, it's fine. Uh, Not here to like be a boogeyman or anything. Um, what was I saying? I completely lost my train of thought. I'm like not in the right state of mind right now. Maybe I shouldn't have gone live. I'm like not focused. Um, right. Yeah, that was what I was talking about. I was gonna set up another discussion with Brother Ruben, but he has not replied to me. So I don't know. I don't know where that's gonna go. Um, we'll just wait and see. So I mean, I don't know. That's just we'll wait and see. All right, let me actually. I should probably work on this now. So where the heck is it? Wait a minute. Oh, I'm so silly. It's not on my phone. It's on the Discord app. Oh wait, but my phone is dude. Don't see. Like I'm not. Okay. Excuse me. Oh, over here. Yeah. And I go up, and then there we go. Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna work on the Dan McClellan thing. I'm not gonna show it on the screen. I don't want to like give it out, but I will probably just. Where's OneDrive? There it is. I'll probably just kind of not read out loud, but I'll kind of read what it's saying. But just to let you know, I'm working on where he's trying to argue that God lies. So if we go down, where was it? He's currently arguing from Genesis 31. So I need to reread the story actually. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's kind of see what it says. I think it starts in Genesis 30. All right, let's get a refresher together. Let's do this. It's good to do this if you don't remember a passage. Just kind of overview it, right? And see what it's talking about. I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. It's right here. What am I doing? I'm lost right now. I'm telling you. I'm like completely I don't know. All right, there's the ads on the side. I really someday I'm gonna get Logos Bible software and use the Bible there because I genuinely am like I hate the ads on Bible Gateway. It's so obnoxious. It's really obnoxious. Um I gotta start taking more notes on this website too. Just for the sake of like personal study. I don't know. We'll see. That's all right. Oh, goodness. Okay. I wanted to go live right now, but it's feeling like such a disaster. I don't know why. It's like, oh, I didn't see you. You were back here. Uh, I don't know if this is the same one I usually talk to. I know
Yeah.
it's you. Yeah.
Yep.
Can I get a name so I know how to address you because you show up like with
Right there,
different
Bez.
Bez. All right. Yeah.
Yep,
I'll try
Bez.
to Bez. All right.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Uh, so how you doing?
I'm good, man. How you feeling? How you feeling?
Pretty good. There's ups and downs, but just keep going.
Yes,
Just
sir.
keeping going.
That's what it's about, right? Ups and
Yeah.
downs, not giving up, enduring,
Yeah.
striving.
I was curious. I remember last time we had a discussion, you mentioned that
Mhm.
on this channel, you were gonna do like a breakdown of Isaiah 53. Is that
Oh,
posted
Isaiah
yet?
53. Oh no,
Yeah.
it's coming. So I
Okay.
made a little video today, just giving like a rough draft of it, but it's coming. Oh, it's coming for sure. It's
Okay.
for sure coming.
Yeah,
It's
because
on the
I
way.
wanted to watch that just for like my personal understanding of what are the different viewpoints. Because I have a somewhat understanding of some of the arguments from it, but I'm not
Mhm.
like so well read to the point where I know them all.
Okay.
So I wanted to look at your video, and I know my friend has some notes on that, so I wanted to read what he said and just kind of get a little understanding from that.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna have to be broken down in parts because it's gonna be pretty long. It's gonna be
Yeah,
pretty long, man. We're trying to go in
yeah.
depth. So yeah, that's coming for sure. For sure. I just had a debate Monday about the topic was do we need to do we need to believe in Jesus for forgiveness and atonement of sins to make it to the kingdom of heaven? And I had a nice debate Monday. It's on the channel in the
I
live
think
feed.
I think I saw a thumbnail for that. I did not
Yeah,
click it. Was it like a formal debate or just a
it wasn't really formal, but it was a little structured, just a little
okay?
bit.
Yeah.
It kind of got a little heated, but we got squared away. I was just asking him, do he believe that? And he did believe it, but he couldn't prove that in the Tanakh in the Old Testament, which I don't believe that anybody can prove that in the Tanakh that we need Jesus for atonement of sins.
Okay.
Right? I don't. I don't believe that it's in there, and I don't think nobody could prove it without inserting their doctrine or their belief, their theology into the text. But as far as reading the text verbatim without applying it to Jesus, I don't think that anybody can prove that.
So basically, I'm assuming the debate kind of went like he would try to show where Jesus is in the Old Testament and how,
Yeah.
um, and then he would argue that no, he's not there. It's kind of like the basics.
What he was trying to do was, so the topic was, do we need Jesus to be forgiven of sins for the kingdom of heaven? So what he tried to do was go to Deuteronomy chapter 18 and prove that that is Jesus, and that you had to listen and hearken to that prophet, or you will be uh, reprimanded. But my argument was, nowhere in there does it say that you had to believe in the prophet of Deuteronomy 18 uh, as your Lord, your Savior, as your Messiah, as your King. And if you didn't believe in him, that you are eternally damned. So he was trying to harp on that, prove that, but it didn't really pan out how he thought it would.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch that. Do you mind if I ever do? I don't know
Oh,
if
for
I will do
sure.
this,
For
but
sure.
do you mind if
Review?
do?
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
like do
Yeah,
a
for
debate
sure.
review. Yeah,
Yeah, for
yeah.
sure. For sure.
I'm doing a debate currently on. I'm gonna do it Friday, uh, with my friend. I think you spoke with him before. The Bible
Bible
lover. What is
lover.
that? Yeah,
Man, yeah. Hopefully he got some better decorum next time we have a conversation without getting heated, or
yeah.
just I know people are
I don't remember what happened exactly. I think at one point you said something, then he said you're lying, and it just was all downhill from there.
yeah, yeah. I was
So
just yeah. It's cool though. It's cool. If we had another
yeah,
discussion, I wouldn't hold that against him or uh bring that up. But I was just saying I hope the brother got some decorum. I know people get they get emotional or passionate about the faith. So I understand it. I
yeah.
understand it.
Yeah, yeah, and I wasn't like I was trying not to take sides in that
Yeah, I
because
appreciate
like
it.
yeah,
Yeah,
because it was
yeah, yeah.
heated in the moment, and I didn't want to ruffle any feathers because at that point in time, and I still kind of am like that. Like I don't want to get heated in discussions unless I really need to.
Yeah,
Like if the person is just being plainly just arrogant and dishonest, then all right, the gloves are off, right? I'm not wearing
yeah.
little gloves right now, but
Right, right.
you know what I mean, right?
Yep.
Yeah. I don't know if you saw this, but there was actually a Muslim that it wasn't a one-on-one discussion. I was with other Christians, and then he joined the panel. So it was basically 4-on-1. We
Mhm.
didn't plan this beforehand. We didn't plan to
Yeah.
ambush him. He
Hmm.
chose to join. So but he joined up, and we talked a little bit, and then it started with one other Christian. He was going one-on-one, and then he mentioned an argument. They talked about it got to Psalm 22 somehow,
Oh yeah.
on whether so I don't know if you're familiar with this argument. He made the argument that Psalm 22:16 is corrupted. And I asked politely, right, if I could intervene because I've heard the argument and I wanted to
Mhm.
just kind of give my thoughts on that. And then he responded to me, but he didn't respond to my argument. He started saying, "Oh, well, you mentioned the Dead Sea Scrolls and the Greek Septuagint, but this proves the Bible is corrupted," which was not my point, right? And then I told him, even if I were to grant you the Bible's corrupted, this doesn't refute my point. And then later he twisted my words, and by that point the gloves were off because like he
Mhm.
just twisted my words plainly. And he's currently running for me from a one-on-one. So
Oh
you
yeah,
know,
yeah, 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 yeah.
so
We
yeah,
had fun with a Muslim last Saturday, man. I got a brother who used to be a Muslim, and he knows that book like the back of his hand. And we just have fun with Muslims, man.
yeah,
But our focus is more so on Christianity. We might pivot to Islam just because a lot of people believe in that book too. So, but yeah,
yeah,
right now our mission is just to show people that because we're Old Testament believers, Old Testament only believers. So we trying to show people like, hey, if you want to repent from your sins, you don't need well, you believe that he's God, right? But a lot of Christians believe that he's a man. Either way, God can't die. And number two, um, you don't need nobody. No, There's never been a person to die for the sins of humanity ever, ever. Even when Noah, during the time of Noah, when God flooded the earth, Noah made a sacrifice for all humanity, which was the clean animals. And it was never a human. It never was intended to be a human or a man or a god for that matter. It was always animals or just simply repenting and changing your ways, changing your mind, and turning back to Torah. That was it, and that was all. That's why in the book of Malachi, the last chapter, chapter 4, it says, "Remember the law of God, which was given by my prophet, my servant Moses. And if you don't remember the law, I will smite the earth with a curse." And then he said, "I'm going to send Elijah the prophet." Elijah the prophet to turn the hearts of the father to the children and the children the hearts to their father. Now, that would have been prime time for Yahweh to say, "I'm going to send Jesus, who's going to be a ultimate sacrifice for the sins of humanity." But that's not what he said. He said, "I'm going to send Elijah." And then the New Testament teaches that Elijah is John the Baptist is Elijah. But we don't believe that because, first of all, John the Baptist denied that. Number two, John the Baptist didn't do anything that Elijah was prophesied to do. Number three, Elijah never baptized. Baptism doesn't come into the New Testament, which is Greek. And number four, Elijah did not die. John the Baptist was beheaded, was locked up in prison and beheaded. So that's just certain things that we see that just doesn't line up or match, and that's why we find an issue or corruption with the New Testament. So,
Yeah, and,
so,
and I know we have our disagreements, and I'm glad we're able to like discuss them
yeah,
just very calmly. Like even though
mhm,
we can might vehemently disagree, um we're able to discuss them calmly, and I appreciate
sure,
that because I know
sure,
that's not with everyone. I know that. Um in fact, the review I'm gonna do uh Friday, I'm pretty sure both me and Bible Lover, I think we're both probably get heated because the guy is like literally a white supremacist. So we're probably gonna
yeah,
just get heated reviewing it. It's just the things he says are wild.
yeah. See,
It's
me
like,
and you, we had conversation. This is like what I've been to your channel probably 4 times now. About 4 times, probably my fourth time.
yeah, this is your
Yeah,
fourth
probably my
time.
fourth time. Yeah, so I'm familiar with you. You're familiar with me. We never got heated. Always been cool, calm, collected. And I like how you host. You're a good host, man. A lot of people don't host like that. Even I need to work on how I host because sometimes I let my passion get involved too. But I haven't seen you do that yet. I haven't seen you do that yet. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, man. I'll just hopping on, man. The shalom you, man. Till you keep going, keep striving, keep enduring. And keep at it, man. Keep at it. Don't get tired. I
yeah,
know it gets tired and frustrated, and repetitive, but hey, that's what we got to do, man. But yeah, look into some of my videos, bro, uh and check out some of the things that we bring forth, man. And
yeah.
you know,
I'm waiting for that Isaiah 53 one. That's what
oh yeah,
that's
it's
what I want
coming.
to.
I did it.
Yeah,
Like I said earlier, I did a little like a little preview, if you will, and I put it on my members only. But I'm gonna post it on my channel soon. Just a little bit showing that the Isaiah 53 is about the righteous remnant of Israel who had to suffer and bear the sins of the wicked of Israel. So Isaiah 53 is about the nation of Israel, righteous and wicked. Lamentations 5 and 7 says, "Our fathers have sinned and are not. We bear their iniquities." So we see that all through the Tanakh where the righteous Israelites the wickedness of bear the sin of the wicked Israelites and ultimately the world. So that's what we're gonna bring forth. It's gonna be a good one. Everybody be anticipating it. So yeah, it's coming. It's coming for sure. For sure. For
and,
sure.
and maybe that could be, I don't know yet. Well, maybe that could be the next thing we discuss eventually. Isaiah 53 or one of those passages. I've been wanting to do that, like a singular, because most of my discussions are a broad topic.
Mhm.
I'm hoping to do one eventually where it's just like one passage and we're sticking to that. Maybe go to other passages to kind of
Yeah.
help your case, but like one passage where we're discussing what does it
One
teach.
topic.
I mean,
Yeah, one topic.
yeah,
Yep. So with Isaiah 53, we know that there was no book, chapter, and verses back then, right? When he was writing,
right,
it was on one scroll. So
right, right.
when we read Isaiah, starting at chapter 40, all the way to 66, it's talking from Isaiah 40, from Isaiah 1 to 39 is basically about like judgment. Isaiah 40 to 66 is about the redemption of Israel, who is
Yeah,
called uh, the servant of the Most High. Isaiah 41 and 8, Isaiah 42, verse 1 in the Greek Septuagint, Isaiah 43, 9 and 10, Isaiah 44, 1 and 2. It all says Israel is the servant. Israel is the servant. So when we get to Isaiah 53, verse 11 says, My righteous servant, the servant does not change, it remains the same. The righteous of Israel uh, being persecuted, tormented, hated, destroyed, going into captivity for the sins of the wicked. So we see that all through. That's why Daniel was in captivity. That's why Ezekiel was in captivity. That's why Jeremiah was in captivity. Um, Zerubbabel, Ezra, Nehemiah, they all had to pay for the sins of the wicked Israelites. And that is the whole idea or the whole point of Isaiah 53. Plus, another point is Isaiah spoke about the suffering servant. Um, Jeremiah, Ezekiel, or no other later prophet spoke about the suffering servant who comes to bear the sins of humanity or of Israel or of the world. Nobody spoke about this suffering servant. So Isaiah 53 is unique. It's very, very unique. No other prophet spoke about it. Like they wasn't waiting for Jesus. They wasn't waiting for Jesus. And when Ezra was in captivity, he wasn't waiting for Jesus. When Nehemiah was, he wasn't waiting for Jesus. So that's the thing that we see that's different in the New Testament. They was waiting for Jesus. They was waiting for this so-called son that the Most High never said was coming. But yeah, brother, I'll let you
yeah.
get back to your live, man, and just come and say shalom, man. Appreciate you, brother.
All right, thank you. Yeah,
Shalom, shalom.
hopefully we can talk soon sometime. Let me
Yes,
know.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yep. You can come on my channel. Hit me in my comments, and if you want to discuss
maybe we can
anything.
actually maybe we can do that. I can go on your channel. It's a little different,
Oh
just to
yeah, yeah,
switch things up.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for sure, for sure.
I'll probably just repost it, but like link it to your
Oh yeah,
page.
yeah,
So
yeah,
like,
yeah,
yeah,
for sure, for
but yeah,
sure, for sure. Yep.
yeah,
We'll talk. All right, brother. Shalom, shalom.
yeah. Shalom. Goodbye. All right, that was a nice little segment there. Kind of got me back on track here. I don't know. I was like just dazed and confused right now, but we're back. So Genesis 30 is where I was gonna go. Dude, my acne is like I don't like it, dude. My acne. This is why I wear hats because like my forehead sometimes just gets really bad. So it's like I don't know. This is why I wear hats. This is why I wore hats, dude. That's why. Anyways, I I saw this in the chat chilling. I don't know who exactly this is, but from the God Logic server, how you doing? I was in the middle of discussion, so I couldn't like say hi. Jeez, dude, that scared me. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start from Genesis 30, just kind of recap. So we got, excuse me. Actually, before I do that, let me get water because like I'm thirsty right now, dude. So give me a second. Okay, my apologies. I got water here. I'm sit up. I don't know what I'm doing. Gotta get posture. Keep good posture. Okay. So Genesis 30. This is the kind of so we got Jacob's children. I remember this. So we got and it's highlights the chaos of polygamy. That's for sure. So I know that. So that's him with Leah, Rachel, Bilhah, and Zilpah. Then makes an agreement with Laban. So then, when it came to pass, when Rachel had born Joseph, that Jacob said to Laban, "Send me away that I might go to my own place in my own country. Give me my wives and my children for whom I'm served, and let me go for my service which I've done for you." And Laban said to him, "Please stay, if I have found favor in your eyes, for I have learned by experience that the Lord that Yahweh has blessed me for your sake." Then he said, "Name me your wages, and I will give it." So Jacob said to him, "Wait a minute, hold on, that's weird. 29:30. Let me get this study notes here for 29:30. Name your wages. The opportunistic Laban wanted to manipulate the Lord through Jacob to serve his own greed. Thus, he hoped to receive God's blessing. Learned by divination. Oh, okay. So does the NKJV just not even translate this properly? Name your wages. Okay, hold on. This is not. Let me get MacArthur. Bring MacArthur Study Bible. Ow! Ow! My back. Ow! All right, MacArthur Study Bible. John MacArthur, like he kind of just explained things well, even though I don't always agree with him. Like he just explained things in such a way where it's just clear and concise. So hopefully he okay. On the two occasions that Laban asked this, profitable to him. Okay, let me go here. Let me go back over here. So name your wages. So Jacob said to him, "You know how I served you and how your livestock has been with me. You have, for what you had before I came was little, and it was increased to a great amount. Yahweh has blessed you since my coming. And now, when shall I also provide my own house?" Okay, so I think Jacob is upset here because of Laban trying to manipulate him and Yahweh's blessing to try to get some blessing. I think that's what's going on because it was worded a little weird for like a conversation, but all right. You shall not give me anything. If you will do this thing for me, I will again feed and keep your flocks. Let me pass through all your flock today, removing from there all the speckled and spotted sheep, and all the brown ones among the lambs, and the spotted and speckled and these shall be my wages. So my righteousness will answer for me in time to come when the subject of my wages comes before you. Even so, he's asking for the speckled sheep. In the ancient Near East, most lambs are white and most goats were black or dark brown. Thinking the agreement proposed little risk to himself, Laban eagerly granted Jacob's request for the unusually colored animals. Jacob's proposal depended upon the faulty notion that the vivid visual impressions during the act of reproduction determined the traits of the offspring. He thought that placing alternating colors in front of mating animals would result in unusually colored offspring. Even though Jacob's scheming would deny God his rightful praise, God's intention to bless Jacob was not thwarted. Okay, I'm like twisting my words right now, but right here, I think this is the key right here. Even though Jacob's scheming would deny God his rightful praise, God's intention to bless Jacob was not thwarted. I think that's the key here. Not that God is approving of this, but God's intention is not taken out. And then we'll go to these passages here, Genesis 31, 32. 31, 11 to 12, sorry. So remove the male that day. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay, so Laban is cheating. He's taking out the. So Laban, so he immediately cheated. So these should have been Jacob's, but Jacob started with none of these. He started with none of them. So Laban's cheating, right? He's cheating. So Jacob should have had the spotted lambs. That was a part of the agreement, but Laban is cheating and removing them before giving them to him while Jacob is feeding the lambs. So he's like he's cheating the agreement, right? Let's see. Now what? So we got. Then he put 3 days journey between him and himself, and Jacob took for himself rods of green poplar and of the almond and chestnut trees, peeled white strips in them, and exposed the white which was in the rods. In the rods which he had peeled, he set before the flocks in the gutters, in the watering troughs where the flocks came to drink, so that they should conceive when they came to drink. Okay. Conceive before the rods and the flocks. Jacob's success was due to God's grace, not to his ill-founded theory of animal husbandry. 39, 9 to 12. Let me go to. I'm gonna try to use this as well because like I need to. Whoa, where am I going? So far, what do we know so far? Let's kind of summarize the story. So we have the start of the chapter covered um, the marriages, right? Jacob and his children with 4 wives. Then he wants to leave, and Laban's trying to take advantage of him and make an agreement. So Jacob makes an agreement, and then Laban is already cheating. But now Jacob is doing something himself, which is not. That's not a good thing. Let me go down here. What shall I give you? What verse are we on? Let me go double check. We're on 38 to 39. Okay. Right. So Jacob was knowledgeable about sheep, goats, and cattle, having kept his father's animals for most of his 90 years. And Laban's for the last 14 years. He knew that when one uncommonly marked animal was born with a recessive gene, he could then begin to breed that gene selectively to produce flocks and herds of abnormally marked. Okay, this is like science right now. So the recessive. So once he began this breeding process, he sought to stimulate it by some methods that may appear superstitious and full of stress. as the mandrakes in verse 14. But it is most likely that he had learned that when the bark was peeled, there was some stimulant released into the water that stimulated animals' sexual activity. In verse 38, the word conceive is literally in Hebrew to be hot, or as the set of animals to be in heat. His plan was successful, and he kept his own flock separate from the normally colored ones of Laban. And then Jacob gave God credit for his success. Okay, interesting. So Jacob's kind of using his own deceitful tactics now to cheat Laban, but that's obviously it's not a good thing. So we got that. I got to understand this passage if I want to respond to what the book is saying. So let's see here. And Genesis 31 now. Jacob flees from Laban. Laban pursues Jacob, and Laban's covenant with Jacob. Now Jacob heard the words of Laban's son, saying, "Jacob has taken away all that was our father's, and from what was our father's, he has acquired all this wealth." And Jacob saw the countenance of Laban, and that he was not favorable toward him as before. Then Yahweh said to Jacob, "Return to the land of your fathers and to your family, and I will be with you." And as noted in the notes, this is God's grace. Hang on a second. Return to the land. Wait a minute. Okay. So, okay. So the note here is talking about that this kind of foreshadows the Exodus and then eventually the church. Whoops. Closed it, but whatever. So Jacob sent to Rachel and Leah just like and said to them, "I see your father's countenance as not favorable toward me as before, but the God of my father has been with me. And you know that with all my might I have served your father. Yet your father deceived me and changed my wages 10 times, but God did not allow him to hurt me. If he said thus, the speckled shall be your wages, then the flocks bore speckled. And he said thus, the streaked shall be your wages, then all the flocks bore streaked. So God has taken away the livestock of your father and given them to me." So this does not necessarily have to be true, right? It doesn't have to be true that Jacob is saying actual what's happening. And in fact, now that I'm thinking about it, this goes along with the fact that God can use things like this as judgment. Laban is obviously not doing the right thing here. He's being deceitful, he's being immoral. So he's using Jacob's faults against Laban. Even though Jacob is having faults, it's being used against Laban. I got a notification. Oh, okay. I'll deal with that after. I'll just continue doing this right now. Whoa, dude. Okay, that didn't look right for a second. Looked like on my screen that it went all black. But anyways. Okay, so and then it happened. It wanted me to read verses 11 and 12. So then the angel of God spoke to me in a dream, saying, "Jacob is in here." And he said, "I am the God of Bethel, where you anointed the pillar, and where you have made a vow to me. Now arise, get out of this land, and return to the land of your family." Right. So I don't think this necessarily has to be. Oh, look, God is. It's Jacob's misdoing that's ultimately just being used against Laban. Right. Let me read what the text here was saying. Whoops. Gotta take this up. Wait a minute. Secret. At home, he would metrics wages. A bunch of branches. And so Jacob gets the bigger ones. Bear with me, folks. I'm kind of like trying to understand this. I know I'm like silent right now, but I'm trying to understand this. Um, okay. So he's deceiving Laban with this. Okay, so that's his conclusion there. That basically God has gotta get down and dirty to do what he needs to do, but that's not the case. This is in spite of, not because of. That's I don't that so he's like drawing faulty conclusions from the text, right? So Dan McClellan is kind of just going, well, look, God is saying no matter the cost, he's going to do whatever it takes to fulfill what he wants to do. He's kind of like presenting it in a way to make God look as evil as possible. That's what I'm getting from what he's writing, right? I'm not trying to misrepresent him, but that's what I'm gathering from what he's written there. And I don't want to read it out loud because I don't know if that's gonna be like copyright issues or whatever. But I just want to avoid that right now. We'll see if I cover because we're gonna cover the book soon with some people. So yeah, I'll probably link that in a community post when we do that, and you can check my playlist of collabs. Let's see. Let me go back to the text. So that's what it seems like he's doing. That he's just kind of characterizing it in a way that has to make God the big bad wolf in the sky or something. I don't know. He's like not reading it charitably at all. That's my issue here. The I all right. I'll write my slides now, I guess, because I mean I didn't really get much. Hang on a second. I don't know if he wanted us to do something when we're done. Actually, let me ask my friend if he wants to ask him. When I'm wait a minute. Let me actually go back. Let me go back. I have okay, and this is what chapter 4. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Okay. Okay. We're figuring things out. So let me ask him what he wants me to do. Dude, what? It didn't tag him. Discord is so weird, man. All right. All right. I'm sorry. This is so slow right now. All right. So let me get that is the issue I am having with his argument here. He kind of like summarizes the story and then makes a very uncharitable conclusion like, "Oh, well, now this means that God is doing whatever it takes, right, to get the promises done." This is in spite of, and if you read Genesis 50 verse 20, it says, "What you meant for evil, God meant for good." Ultimately, and this is the theology of the book of Genesis. This isn't assuming univocality as he says in his book. This is the theology of Genesis. God can use man's faults and still bring good from it. That is not just the teaching of the Bible. That's just the teaching of the theology of whoever wrote Genesis, which I believe is Moses. But we'll go with whatever theory he wants. We can say a later Jewish scribe, whatever. That is the theology of Genesis. God can use he can use the faults of men and still bring good from it. I don't see the issue with that. So I'm going to write this here. Um, just yeah. I think I'm gonna end the stream because I'm like, this is just me being quiet right now and typing, and it's not doing much. I might end the stream. Um, so I'll just kind of summarize what's happening because I said at the beginning of the stream. So Friday, right, going live with Bible Lover, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're gonna review Dr. James White versus Corey Mahler on whether God can sanctify. This is such an absurd debate topic. Whether God can sanctify black people as much as white people. Such a like what? um, Working on a few projects like this Dan McClellan response with some other people, 9 other people. It's a huge project, but by the grace of God, we'll be able to get it done. One thing I forgot to talk about. Um, I don't know if this is gonna happen. It's just I don't know, but in the future, I might have to take another break just to focus on real life for maybe a few weeks. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I have to see how life kind of goes because if it gets a little not maybe not hectic but a little important, I may have to take a break from YouTube just to focus on real life and just not worry about having to post. And I'm not gonna forget about the channel. I'm gonna keep studying, of course. Let me put I love this thing. Let me put this back on the shelf. Uh, it's very helpful to me. MacArthur, I don't always agree with him again, but like it's helpful to me to understand, right? So anyway, so I don't know if that's going to happen if I'm going to take a break from YouTube eventually, but we'll see. I'm definitely going to at least get that McClellan response with those other people out, so that uh, just that's out of the way. Um, So yeah, because like right now I'm just kind of doing things that I can't be doing on a good live stream. So I'm gonna end the stream because like it's just me. I'm very silent and thinking, and it's like very slow. So it's not really good for a live stream. So I'm gonna end the stream. Soon I might do a answering comments stream again. We'll see. It's getting kind of close to the point where I'm gonna start doing it again. But thank you everyone that tuned in. Thank you for watching. I'm gonna head out now because like there's no more point in me being live. But thank you for all tuning in. For you all tuning in. God bless you all and goodbye.